Hey everyone, it's Nye and welcome to another episode of Nye's Growing Space, the YouTube channel. And this is your dose of growth. If this is your first video, thank you so much for tuning in and giving me a shot. And if you are a avid viewer, then thank you so much for continuing to support and to share my videos because they are being shared. So I really appreciate it. And so a dose of growth is a video that gives you something to think about throughout your day and take with you and to grow from and hopefully find value. So today's dose of growth is your decisions make all the difference. Okay, so the goal of this video is so that you can become more aware of your choices. It's not meant to make you overthink and cause anxiety about your choices. And that's just my little disclaimer, only because I know how I am. I overthink everything, and when I get some new information and I feel like it applies to me and I feel like I need to implement it, I will overdo it. So if you are like me and you're an overdoer and you already overthink as it is, then give yourself, a break and let yourself know not to overthink. This is not what this is. It's just to become aware. So yes, the world does happen to us. A lot of things happen to us that are beyond our control, whether it's people happening to us or just nature happening, whatever it is, things happen to us and we have to be able to adjust. On the other hand, we also happen to the world. So yes, the world happens to us, but then we happen to the world. We all are born with free will. We're all born with the right to make our own choices and our own decisions. And a lot of the times we don't really pay attention, or we're not really aware of how our decisions affect the different things that happen in our life. And so your choices or your decisions can affect your life. They can affect your family, your finances, and they can affect some things that you may have no clue have an effect, your decisions have an effect on. A lot of the times we're oblivious to how our decisions make a difference in other people's lives and just in the world. And so every day we're faced with choices. We're faced with choices and we have to make a decision. We have to decide on these choices. We have to decide whether we're going to get up and go to work today or not, or if what we're going to eat for dinner, or how we're going to parent. Whatever it is, every single day we're faced with choices and we have to make a decision. Some of these choices or some of these decisions are very small and would have a small impact, and then some of those decisions can have a huge impact depending on what it is. So a lot of the times the choices that matter go overlooked. I'm talking about the time that we spend with our kids or our spouse, the time that we spend with our family, or the time that we spend truly working on ourselves. It goes overlooked because a lot of the times we spend that time doing other things. We make choices, whether we're subconscious or unsubconsciously, whether we're aware of them or not. Every day we're making choices that are either getting us closer to our goals or getting us further from our goals. It's either building our relationships or it's tearing our relationships down. Either which way, those decisions have an effect on your life. And eventually, those small decisions and those things that are going overlooked will end up turning into a bigger result. So if your spouse is saying that you don't communicate, you guys don't talk about anything, or you guys don't share anything, and if that's a constant complaint from them, and every single day you choose not to open up, you choose not to communicate, you choose not to try, is every single day that can lead you to the end of your relationship. And then when the end of your relationship comes around, you think that this just came out of nowhere. I have no idea where this is coming from, but all along, you've made the decision to, one, ignore the request of your spouse, and also made the decision to not work on your relationship. And the same goes for any goal that you're trying to accomplish. You say you want to accomplish a goal, but every day you make a decision not to complete something on your to-do list, or to not do anything on your to-do list at all, and or you make the decision to do something on your to-do list and to continue to work and to go. And those decisions make the difference on whether or not you're going to accomplish that goal or you're not. So you want to pay attention. You want to pay attention to how your decisions play a part in your life, the impact that it has. And the more aware you become of the decisions, I know whether it's just 10 minutes, if you have just 10 minutes of time and you decide, I want to choose this, I want to use this 10-minute slot to scroll down my timeline and be on social media. Or I want to choose this 10 minutes of my time to read a book. Or I want to choose this 10 minutes of my time to color with my kid. Whatever it is, it's a decision. And that decision will have an impact later on, whether you are aware or recognize it or not. So it's always great to become aware of the decisions that you're making, so then you can see the result. And it's not necessarily that the result will always be good, but it's kind of like, well, yeah, you kind of weren't on top of your game. You weren't doing the things that you needed to do to accomplish your goals because you were aware of the decisions that you were making. But a lot of the times those decisions become a shock, or the result becomes a shock to us because we weren't practicing self-awareness that would lead us to making better decisions. So that's your dose of growth. I hope you found value, and if you did, make sure you share with someone else. Thank you so much for tuning in, and be sure to subscribe. Until next time.